Hey everybody, it's Ed. I just want to take a minute. This is kind of the pre-video video to talk about the terminal. What you're going to see after this is my unboxing and initial reactions to the device. But I did want to make some clarifications right out front. I did have issues with the screen as far as the anti-glare, not the screen itself, but the anti-glare coating that came with the device, and immediately reached out to the company and was actually given a lot of really good information. So first of all, they still do include the anti-glare if you pay for the Clarity Kit, and it is something that was kind of a legacy item, it appears to be. They've said that they've reduced, actually upgraded the screen from their initial launch to have it be more natively anti-glare, and I can tell you that that appears to be the case. It is really clear, at least indoors. Now, I haven't taken it outside and tested it out there yet. Again, this was initial impressions. They have done a good job with that. They didn't include any documentation on how to install the screen protector. You had to go looking for it, and I finally found it, but by then it was too late, and they agreed that that's something they needed to fix, whether or not you need to install it at all. And then finally, one other thing that I think is important is they did provide me with good feedback on those changes, but also they received the feedback I had about if you do order that anti-glare film, they don't include a tool. And most modern day credit cards are getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and they're not as robust as they used to be. And that makes it harder to use them like a screen application tool. So again, they were very responsive, responded to me right away. Also, they did give me a link that I will place down in the description, and I could do the same thing that Kit did, which was minimize my quote unquote affiliate commission, basically pass that on to you if you choose to purchase the device. I'm not recommending it at this point. These are initial impressions, but if you see it and you like what you see and you decide to go ahead and order it and you want to support the channel, that is available to you. I will be back later to give you a full-on review of the device. This was just quick, me jumping in, letting you know what was going on, and kind of updating some of the things you may hear throughout the video, but I wanted to get this out front so you didn't think that they hadn't responded or hadn't been responsive as a company. They've been very responsive. So thank you. I will see you, and we'll jump on over to the formal video. Hey everybody, it's Ed. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to unbox the terminal. So if you're not familiar with the terminal, this is going to be your introduction to it. I'll drop some more information down into the description, but before we get started, I just wanted to say welcome back to the channel. We've got a new desk setup here. We're trying something different, and hopefully this will work out. I'll do a separate video just on the desk setup and kind of waiting on a few more components to it, but now I can sit, I can stand, I have my monitors in a different layout, my lighting is a little bit different, and it's just going to be, I think, more productive for me. The camera setup is also, a little bit different, a little bit easier to manage. Now, I am using my newer pen, which I love this microphone, absolutely love it because I can move around, which is what I like to do anyway. I also have my boom mic and some other things too, but this is the first one doing this, so let me know what you think in the comments, and let's go ahead and jump on over real quick to the demo. All right, so you all are seeing this with me for the first time. So this is the packaging it came in, obviously lithium battery, letting you know that there's something in here. If you're not familiar with the terminal, what this is an e-ink display that is for notifications. So the idea of this product, which I saw it on Kickstarter and I reached out to them early on to get them to see if they would send me a review unit. I was interested in it, but waiting to see kind of what happened with the company. There was some back and forth, but they ended up not sending me anything, which is fine. Companies need to do what they do, and they've managed to be funded, and now this is an actual thing. And then I saw it resurface, and when it came up on Kit's channel, I thought, well, this might be a good way for me to look at this again and see what it looks like. And with the discount and everything else, it's $120 $29, which is not a bad price. Now, again, that depends on if you get the discount. I'm going to try and get an affiliate link that gives you an extra discount. If so, that'll be below as well. But I wanted to do the unboxing and get this all set up and let you see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, so I had to go ahead and get some scissors here. Probably should have done that earlier to make it easier to open up, but usually after being in retail for as long as I was, I can open up a box without using anything to cut it, but obviously not this time. So here you go. You get a really quick getting ready for flow state, it says, which is kind of interesting. If you remember, that's what the Supernote Manta says on it, is say dive into flow state. So that's kind of interesting. And it shows you, kind of what to do with the device. But before we do that, you get a nice little branded wiping cloth here. You get your USB-C to C cable. So I guess for your charging port, that's nice. That'll work really good with my Anchor dock and some of the other things here. You get, it looks like a couple of wipes, and this is the screen protector. So I did get the developer edition, a little bit extra cost for that, but what it does is allows you to have this anti-glare coating, and obviously this is for you to be able to install that. And then your packing slip there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the device really quick. A lot of foam and plastic in here. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of that. Those of you who follow me on the channel know that I'm definitely more for sustainable packaging, but I do like some of the care they've taken in adding in a little bit of detail. Here it says more signal, less noise, and the idea being that this isn't really a notification device. This is more of a device that you would use to be able to keep some things top of mind, but not really like a traditional phone. And take the box out of the way here, and this is the device, and it's not huge. Got a nice feel to it. It's got a kickstand here on the back, so you can actually sit it up, which is what I plan to do, and put it under my desk. You also have where you can hang the device here, so you can hang it on a nail on a wall. The nice thing about this is, again, I ordered the developer package, which has a larger battery, and you can order two different versions. The larger battery, and I'll put the specs on the video and in the description, you to have they're claiming up to 6 months worth of battery life. Now, part of that might depend on how often you have it change apps, how often you have it do different things. I like the black build of it. You can get a clear so that you can see through. You can also get a white. The screen, pretty good, but you can see it's pretty reflective. So we'll let it get we'll put that screen, an anti-glare screen on it at some point. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So you'll see there that's turning on, flashing a little bit, and it's asking to connect. So let me do this part really quickly. All right, everyone. So here we are after setting up the Wi-Fi, and that took me twice. I don't know why it took me 2 times, but it did. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you on my phone in real time kind of how to set this up really quick. And it's not going to be an in-depth. We're going to get to using it and do some more on it later, but I just wanted you to see kind of what it looks like. So you'll see it has my terminal. It came with 71% charge, so that's good. It lets you know kind of what the battery life might be when you get this. You can edit your playlist. You can add a group. You can add a plugin. You have all day. You can set it up in different grids. You can do a lot of different things here, and you can add different groups. So let's go ahead and just pick a group. Now, if I go back, I can say which thing I want to do here. So I can do change agent, and I can do holiday, and then pick my layout again. For some reason it's making me redo this, probably because I just linked the account. All right, so that took some doing, so we'll have to see if I can get this process down a little better. But once I did get to understand how you have to add the plugin, then add the plugin to the playlist, I was able to get that to work fairly well. And you'll see now that if I pull this up towards the camera a little bit, my Google Calendar is now on there. And it's telling me when daylight savings time is coming up because I put the holidays on there. And the screen is pretty crisp. There's a lot of glare to it. You can see that glare is pretty hefty. Now I'm going to have it set up and under my desk, so there probably won't be, or under my monitor, so there probably won't be a lot of glare hitting it. But just to have that coating on there in case I decide to move it, maybe hang it on a wall, do something else with it. So the one thing that I'm going to have to get the most used to when it comes to this is how to actually configure configure it. Because right now, if I edit this playlist, and we only need one Google here, but if I edit this playlist, and let's say I want to add a plugin, and I want to do and go to A is going to be the Google Calendar. Let's say B, we haven't added a plugin yet, but let's go ahead and save this. Go back to here, and it's going to say pending. And what should happen is that should go ahead and reset. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead and add another plugin. Let's see, we can add in weather. So let's add in local weather, and we can do 07, and then we'll do the unit. So we'll do imperial, forecast today and tomorrow, and we'll do home. Now, if we go back to the playlist, now what should happen is that should update automatically, but for some reason, maybe because it had to be every 15 minutes, but if I hit the button on the back, so on the back you'll see there's a little button here, and if I hit that button, it'll do a refresh. Now it's going to come up with the right information, so you'll see daylight savings time is coming up. I accidentally added the weather twice, but I could have added that into those other components, and you'll see upcoming events for your personal calendar. So it's kind of a unique, neat little tool to just have and have pop up with different information. And I can edit the playlist from here, so I can go in and do my settings. I can edit the mashup. Let's take a look real quick at what the terminal actually is. So we showed you the device. I opened it up. But I want to talk a little bit about kind of what you're actually looking at here. And this blowout, this, expanded image kind of helps with that a little bit. So you are looking at an electrophoretic display, very much like your regular e-ink panels, and it is branded e-ink, so they obviously bought it from them. But it's a 7.5-inch screen, so pretty good size. It's not quite as big as the Nomad, and it looks a little bit smaller. I mean, their sizing's right. It just sitting next to something that has more bulk or a larger bezel makes it look smaller. But that 7.5 inch is plenty readable and easy enough for you to be able to see the information on the screen. Again, that's where, we'll show you here in a little while what the different configurations are depending on what you need as far as your vision needs. The enclosure, it is soft touch. It's black in my case, and it's ABS. It's a fingerprint magnet, so I will warn you that. A lot of fingerprints where I took this apart and where I put it back together. The dimensions of the device, of course, you can see right there. And then the battery life, that's where it gets interesting. It's either an 1800 milliamp battery or 2500. I upgraded to the 2500. Accessories you get the device, the case opener, which was very hard to find for me because it looked like just a logo inside the packaging. Wasn't very impressed with the packaging, and it kind of blended in. So they've got the really, cool terminal logo on the round piece of it, which is neat, but it made it blend in with the rest of the packaging. So it was very hard to see, and it was on that top cover. You get your USB-C cable, you get a screen protector and the microfiber if you choose to order that. They even say on their FAQs that the screen protector can be a beast to put on, and we'll talk about that here in a little while. It is exceedingly light. The 5.8 ounces or 165 grams, I didn't actually weigh it, but it is very light, very portable. You could take this thing with you all around the house. Quite frankly, throw it into a nice pouch and throw it in your bag and take it with you from home to work every day and sit it and just use it. And it also, that makes it very nice to be able to hang it up. And you can see it's got right here when this blows out, you can see this nice little piece here. And that's where you would just hang it up on a wall. So pretty cool. We'll talk a little bit about whether it's worth $129, but we'll get to all that here in a little while. All right, so here we are, and we're logged into my account, and what you can see here, and this is why I say it's just a little too busy to try to do all of this on a phone. Again, and you'll see when we get to the layouts what I mean. It kind of compresses it. It is responsive in that it does compress web pages down, so it's not like the infinite scrolling you had to do before they were responsively designed, but it's still not great. And I think that's kind of an issue. I do like this dashboard feature. It shows you what my current playlist includes, and you can see those 3 images that we saw on the actual device itself. And it'll tell you, what's been displayed, how long ago. And right now it's showing all 3. It tells you it's my device. There have been 186 pieces of content and about 6 hours of time saved. I don't know what that really means. I need to look up and dig into the documentation. Again, this is just early thoughts. You can edit your playlist here. You can see your device's battery life. Right now it's at 84%. Quite frankly, it came with 71%, and it trickled maybe 0.1% the first day. I don't think I've gotten it charged up to 100 yet, which is why it's probably, if I had to guess, maybe 1% or 2. But you can also fiddle with the settings. But what you want to look at here is it shows you your battery consumption level. And you can see that you can set this up for sleep. You can say what you want the sleep screen to be, which it's a cute little robot sleep. And then this is the cool part. So you can customize the refresh rate to optimize your battery life. So the idea being that if you want to let this thing just refresh every hour, if you're not really interested in seeing real-time data, I set it for 30 minutes. That's kind of the happy medium, but they're claiming at least that you can get well over a year's worth of battery life on one charge. And that is really impressive. Now, to be fair, there's not a lot of technology here, and I don't want to say that in a negative way. It's not overdone. It's not overly complex. There's not a lot of moving parts and pieces and constant need for heavy processing. Don't get me wrong when I say there's not a lot of technology here. What I mean is there's not a lot of, need where you're going to have that horsepower to make things happen. And in a way, I think that's really awesome because that's what this device is supposed to do. It's supposed to be distraction free. It's supposed to be to set it and forget it. And that's really neat. So here I can make changes if I want. You can actually share your screen. You can set your button to do a bunch of different things here. Go back and save. Now when I go back to my dashboard and this nice little quick access bar here, I really like. I think it's a good feature. The plugins, you click here. This is where you can see all of the different plugins that I've installed to test out. Really handy. You can search plugin. You can search by hashtag type. But one thing that I think is really nice here, so let's go here to playlist. Right now I have just mashups, and the mashups, when you go to add in a plugin, you can see up here, you can do a full page, you can do several different configurations, which is really cool. Because then what you can do is you can set, and you can see it's set to every 32 minutes. You can set display times from 6 a.m. to 11:45. And then you can tell it to switch however many minutes you want. So it's going to switch and flash over and change the way I did it manually. It'll do that automatic. But what's cool is, the lunar calendar I have is a single page. I can add that in any configuration I want. So if I go here and say that I want to add a plugin, and so I can add, let's say that, we've seen the mashup and we want to say for this first one, which is basically different quotes and the day off calendar. So let's say that I want to do the mashup, but then I want to go to each thing. I can say I want to add in the day sent, and then I want to add in, let's add another one. And now I want to go, and I will want to do it in order. So now we'll go to quote of the day. And what you're seeing here, and the reason I want to point this out, this is very hard to do on a small screen on a phone. And so I think it's really important that if you're going to do this, that you take the time to be able to actually see it. So we'll go to quote of the day, we'll add that in. And what's neat is now I can pull this up and have it be under the mashup every day. Theoretically, if I want to start with the mashup and then I want to go through each one of those components so that I can see it maybe a little bit more vibrantly, a little bit bigger, because my eyes aren't so great sometimes. So the idea of having it here and being able to actually hone in and maybe see my YouTube statistic and see the quote. One thing to be aware of with this is that it is sluggish. It doesn't move really fast, and I don't think that's necessarily a huge issue, but you just have to be aware. I had more trouble in this in Edge than I did in Chrome. So again, now you'll see that what's going to happen is maybe this is going to be the mashup like this, or maybe, you know what, I think, okay, I don't want to do it that way. I want to start my day by seeing all of the mashups and the lunar calendar. Then I want to circle back and I want to go from here to here. So I wanted to show that to you. I think, again, it's really a cool piece of technology. I like the idea behind it, but I'm just going to have to live with it. So here's the terminal and what it looks like after I've gotten it all set up. Now, it does not have the anti-glare coating on it. The film just would not apply for me. There was an issue with the tool, which I've already talked about, uh, where I didn't see it. The way it was set up, it made it look like it was just a logo on the box, but it was actually the taped on tool. It was just really hard to see. It kind of blended in with the packaging materials. Nothing against Terminal. It wasn't their fault. They included what I needed, but they didn't give you any real instructions. They labeled like the towels by number and the film by number 1 and 2, but they really didn't give you a step-by-step guide, and I think they should have done that. But the bigger thing was trying to put the film on this thing while it's in the frame. And that just was not a good experience. It was almost impossible. And by the time I realized that frame could be taken off and you could get to the e-ink screen and actually use it on a flat surface, it was too late. I'd already ruined the film. So I reached out to Terminal. We'll see what they have to say about that and whether they'll give me a replacement. I just asked for a replacement of the film. I have everything else. But to be fair, the image on the screen is very good so far. And I've only been using this for a few days, but again, this is part of first impression. But I wanted to show you what the output looks like. And so this is one piece of output, which is the lunar calendar, which is really cool. It highlights, tells you where you're at. Now, one thing I can't figure out, and I reached out to Terminal with as well, the clock is never right. So I don't know what the deal is with the clock, but even with like right then, I refreshed it. It should be the correct time. It's not. So I don't know how to fix that. It's close. It's within about 45 minutes, but for some reason it just doesn't keep up. Now, what's really cool here though is I also have the weather here on the bottom left, and I have my YouTube statistics on top, and I have my website statistics on bottom. And again, you set those refresh rates, you tell it when you want it to do certain things. You can have these be a separate page, so I could have nothing but statistics on a page. All right, everybody, so what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I am optimistic about this little device. I ordered it for a reason. Am I sure yet whether it's worth a $129 price tag? I'm not really sure. I don't know yet, but I'm interested in getting to know it, getting to know its value, getting to see what it's capable of. I showed you some of the cool features it has. It has several plugins anyway. One thing I didn't highlight enough, I think, is the fact that it's open source. So there are a lot of community plugins. You can build your own plugins. It's just all around a very interesting device and concept. And I am very much for open source software. I'm recording this on OBS. I use Obsidian. I use all of the free plugins to OBS, from Video Ninja to Stream Ninja. And so it's very important to me to support those communities. And I think that this is a unique take, which I just saw. It looked like a Kickstarter that's coming out that's kind of copying this and trying to make it a little more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing. But there's something about the nice little kickstand and the minimalist design of this device that I really do like. And so I think as we go through and we talk more about this and we really get to understand what the terminal is, I'm hoping that it delivers on the promise that I think it will. And so I'm not going to say whether you should rush out and buy it right now. I am going to try and get an affiliate link and drop that down in the description below. So if you do want to go ahead and jump into the pool and order one of these and try it out yourself, please, I'd be happy if you want to support the channel. It won't cost you any extra. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try and get the same link that Kit Bets Masters used, which is how I bought mine, and that will give you some money back. So it's supposedly they have a creator link, an affiliate link that allows the creator to split basically what would be the commission with the purchaser. And that's kind of cool. So it gives you that other piece of that as a discount. So kind of neat. But what do you think? Let me know. There were some frustrations. I was very clear about that throughout the video. The packaging, not so impressive. The fact that there's no user guide, you have to go online. They don't even tell you, they just give you a little card with a QR code. It took me twice to get it to connect to Wi Fi, and then there was no documentation on the anti glare. You had to look into the fact, frequently asked questions to be able to find that, and it was not intuitive from the outset that you could take it even apart unless you went to the website and read that, which I didn't do. It was brand new, it was fresh, and I was just hoping it would be as intuitive as my Stream Deck or my Supernote or all of these products. And I admit I'm spoiled. And this is a small company, it's a startup. They just got out of Kickstarter. I want to give them all the benefit of the doubt. They're going to have growing pains, just like any other company. But I also want to share my observations and let you know what to expect when you get the package, and also let them know. And I've provided this feedback to the company that, there are some challenges with the way things are packaged, the way they were communicated. And I hope they take heed of that. And that'll only make the user experience better. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, whether you do it just by hitting like, just by watching, just by sharing. Share this out on all the platforms that you frequent. Let people know about the channel. Jump down into the comments, have a discussion. I reply to every comment. And it's really important to me to have that dialogue in those conversations. If you want to, there's super thanks. But also check us out. I have a YouTube membership now. I also have Patreon. Different things for different audiences. But there's very low cost entry tiers. But everything you do to support the channel makes it possible for me to look into technologies like this. I'm not going to be the all-in e-ink reviewer, but what I am going to do is look for things that help you be more productive. And for me, this, having a snapshot, which off camera here, it actually switched over to one of the new playlist items I added. So it's showing me the full date, and it's showing me how many days that Alyssa and I have been married. So pretty cool. Just a fun thing that you can do. And, kind of just to change up your day and have a new routine. But thank you to all my patrons and my YouTube members. You will see that scrolling right here. If you have any questions at all, any comments, drop them down below. Otherwise, I will see you all soon and keep moving forward. Bye now.